Welcome to the I Just Feel Like podcast, where we drop new audio every Tuesday morning and new videos every Tuesday evening.
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel by typing in the search, I Just Feel Like Podcast.
And if you like this episode at the end, please give us a 5-star rating and leave a review of your favorite part of the podcast. I'm Mary.
And I'm Ramona.
And welcome to the I Just Feel Like podcast.
Pull me up, 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 never let me down, never let me down.
So how have you been, sis? What's been poppin' this week?
Well, girl, I've been watching Baddies West on Zeus Network.
Oh, we know, man. That guilty pleasure show, it gets to me. I love it real bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I feel like it's kind of getting to me in a way, you know? Like I was
Talk
telling
about
you,
it.
like, girl, I had a dream that I was boxing out with 15 other gals. Like, you just see them fighting so much. Like, I feel like at the end of the episode, I'm ready for mix-up. Like, I just want to fight, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's kind of bad in a way, but I don't know. I can't stop watching.
It's all the negative stimulation, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's bad, but it's good at the same time.
It's your guilty pleasure. It's your guilty pleasure
Yeah.
stuff.
What can you do? So how was last week's episode?
So, girl, last week's episode it ended off with Stunner Girl versus Biggie, but this Sunday, it started off with
Yeah.
their fight.
Oh, yeah. We know how they like to drag that shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Stunner Girl, they be fighting all the time. I just feel like she's fighting every single episode.
I know.
But, I don't know. I feel like the thing with Biggie, like, I don't want to say I don't like her, but because they had Stunner Girl and Biggie had that beef, like, episodes ago, you know? Like, I think it was, like, the first or second episode. I feel like when Stunner Girl and Rolly and Tommy fought it out, like, when Natalie set that up,
Yeah.
Biggie should have fought them. But she was just rooting them
Oh,
on.
yeah,
like,
yeah. She's like, I don't fight. I don't want to get my
Yeah.
hands dirty.
So now she just snuffed her when they were having a conversation.
Yeah, I feel like she shouldn't have sneaked her like that.
Yeah, because it's like, if you want to fight, let's fight.
Yeah,
You
like,
know,
put your
face to
hands
face.
up.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like they shouldn't be fighting regardless.
They shouldn't be, but at the same time, I get not being a fighter, and then like the words are just like, it's getting too much. So much so to the point where you feel like this girl only responds to aggression. That's why I feel like she took it to that level, you know?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
They did say Stunner Girl put a girl in a dog cage, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, her and Cuban Doll. Yeah, that girl's something else.
No, she's crazy. Like, on this episode, I know you didn't finish the whole thing, but they went on a PJ, and a PJ is a private jet for like people who don't know. And Natalie took half the cast, and Tommy took the rest of the cast on the Sprinter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Razor, obviously, you know, Razor has like a drinking problem, right?
Oh, we know about Razor.
Yeah, she has a drinking problem. So.
Ain't that your friend?
Oh man. So Razor like addresses her on the PJ, and she's like, I think you need to like tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you should just bring it down a notch. Like, you're professional, whatever. And then, you know, Razor can't handle her liquor. Stunner Girl doesn't like being told what to do because she doesn't want other people telling her things like they're her mom.
Yeah.
And then all you hear is boom, boom, boom.
Quick ting.
Quick ting. She
She's
gave her
so
that
fast
too.
to fight. Yeah, I feel like also she doesn't want to hear the truth. Like, there's a lot of people that can't take constructive criticism, so it's just easy for them to start boxing people.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yo, put your hands on people if you're in harm's way, you know?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not like
time and place.
a girl's calling you whatever, like you're just a rapper, all you do is shake your ass, da, da, da. You have to fight them. Not every day fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially when you're in that limelight, because it's just like, you're going to be hearing negativity all the time. You're just going to fight every person with a negative comment.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
just gotta accept it and accept who you are, you know?
Real shit. Real shit.
You can't allow people's opinions of you to get to you too much. But Stunner Girl, Biggie, I don't know, they're just too much. I don't like how Stunner Girl always like comes for Biggie's appearance and like, but Biggie's also in the wrong too because she always be like, girl, you always shake your ass, like, I'm a party promoter, like I only pay girls for you to come to my party and make it lit. So I don't know. I don't like how they talk to each other still.
She's like, I pay girls like you to shake their ass on my ass.
And then Stunner Girl's bright. She's like, Piggy, like your chain is so cheap. I heard your chain. Bro, why did I see this girl started twerking on her chain? Like, and then she threw her chain in the tree.
Yeah, she threw it in the bush.
Though. You couldn't wait to do that, yo, weird ass bitch.
She's brave for that.
Yeah.
Are you dumb? Give me my money. Even if my chain
Yeah, my
is small.
hard-working chain.
Yeah, I don't
The producer's
care.
either refunding me or you are, bitch, but somebody's handing me my money.
Like, though, that's fighting. Like,
Yeah.
you must be dumb. Don't touch my belongings. Like, especially throwing it and putting it on a tree because it was small. Like, how am I gonna find it?
Yeah.
She's great for that. But
it looked like a VVS, but it was, the millimeters weren't that big still.
Yeah. I mean, bigger than my chin.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show is that's my show. I can't lie. Yeah, I do want to see them progress a little bit. I love what's her name, Lil London, because she just seems like the only character on that show where she like grew from her BGC days and like she doesn't want to fight. She just wants to have conversation. But every time she tries to have a conversation, boom.
Yeah.
They just fight her. They're on her.
They love to give her that 2-piece.
Yeah. Those knots were bad.
The one on her forehead from Krishan?
Oh my god. That wasn't looking too good. But you know what? I rate her because she still went to the club right after.
Yep.
She put on the hat and she said, I'm trying to go out tonight. Like, she wasn't playing. But that's my guilty pleasure show still.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the full episode this week.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, we'll see.
Keep me tuned in.
Of course, we gotta talk about it.
For sure.
But in some other news for, some new music, you know who dropped a new track?
Who?
Red Ruby to Sleep. Nicki Minaj came out with a new track,
Okay.
Be the sleeves, Chinese on my sleeve. These wanna be Chun-Li's anyway. Yeehaw. Who the fuck told bitches they was me now?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. On my first listen, I wasn't really a fan.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know about this one, but as I kept listening to it, I was like, okay, it's getting better. It grew on me.
The bars are kind of hard, so.
Yeah. I'm a barb, low key. But
low key, girl.
yeah.
You know me, you and Connie were at
I
that
know,
concert.
I know we were. But like, my girl she's a little bit too much sometimes. So sometimes I can't always defend her, you know what I mean? But she did announce on her Queen Radio, which is like her show that she has, that she is starting a record label. Yeah, so how do we feel about that? Do you think she'll be like a good executive?
The thing is, it's very complicating, right? Because I feel like Nicki Minaj, she kind of like tampers with her professionalism. Because me and Mary were talking behind the scenes, and Nicki Minaj has an issue with handling girls who are about to outstage her in a sense.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't want people to pass where she's at.
Yeah.
So she'll only embrace you to a certain point until she starts seeing you like pop.
Yeah.
Then it becomes an issue. Like that whole thing with Lotto.
Lotto.
Yeah.
Some people say Lotto. My mom says Lotto.
Yeah, so African. But with Lotto, like Lotto used to love Nicki, right? She grew up like she was influenced by her, and like they followed each other. They had banter between each other, but then eventually like they just had beef.
What? Lotto had beef with Nicki? Where have I been?
Girl, it's because you don't have Twitter. I'm telling you, Twitter is the place. You see everything on Twitter. But yeah, like they were beefing on Twitter, and then she dropped some reference tracks, and then Lotto was coming for her husband too, because her husband was like
lots of allegations.
So she was like, girl, like your husband is a molester, like how I can't even marry someone like that. So they were going off, and I'm just like, Lotto is still young, and she's still new into the game.
Yeah.
So she might her PR might not be too popping,
Yeah, for sure.
But Nicki's a vet, like she shouldn't have to even be dealing with this. First of all, it just cheeses me because I'm sorry, but if I have that amount of money, if I'm that successful, like I'm not gonna be on Twitter.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's just like J. Cole, right? Like J. Cole does
Yeah.
not touch his social media accounts. He has somebody else running that for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you guys even arguing? And like, she should be, as the OG, like, she should be allowing the younger artists to want to pass her. You want people to pass you. I guess it's an ego thing.
It's an ego thing, yeah. Reference back to episode 3 if you guys
Yeah, exactly. Not like that. She was plenty. But yeah, I don't know how she'll be as an exec still. I hope she actually tries to develop her artists that she does sign. I think she signed 4 of them. But we'll see how it goes still. What do you think?
Hopefully, like you mentioned, she allows them to develop and grow, and if they pass her, just accept that, I've been there, I've done that.
Yeah.
My time is over, it's now their time.
You gotta take that step back,
Yeah.
Allow people to shine. You don't have to be on top all the time. You already had your time for how many years?
Real shit.
Yeah, so we'll see. We gotta give it a chance.
Yeah.
But the song wasn't bad at all,
Yeah, I fuck with
Better
it.
than that, better than that freaky, the other song, the other single she dropped before this one.
I don't remember how that
Super Freaky Girl. Cause I'm a very freaky girl.
was. That Nicki?
Well, it was a sample.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if I listened to that one. I don't even lie.
It was a good girl. Don't listen to it.
Okay.
But yes, girl, what else has been popping? Have you been reading anything new lately?
Yes, I have. I've been reading Dale Carnegie's book. It's not new at all. I've had it in my house for a while, but something just told me to start reading it this season. I don't know what's going on, but I did.
Yeah.
The book is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. And he gives some solid steps that I wanted to share with you guys that are really useful. So step 1 says, analyze a situation that causes you worry to determine the worst possible scenario if you fail. Step 2, accept the worst possible case scenario if it is to happen. Then with the last step, step 3, is to focus on trying to improve the situation so that you end up with a better outcome than the worst case scenario.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and what do you feel about that? Because I tend to worry a lot and stress about the minor inconveniences of life. And I lean on to you a lot to even help me overcome those things. So I've been wanting to read a self-help book to just help me further engage with that. So do you think those are good steps that could maybe help another person?
Definitely, especially with step 2 where it says accept the worst possible case scenario if it is to happen. Because I feel like you can't really control things in life. Things do just happen. So it's just if you're on yourself where it's just oh my God, why did it happen this way? Why didn't it happen the other way? You just have to accept how things are because that's what it is and move accordingly, you know?
That's
you have to adapt to your situation. So even if it's the worst case scenario or if it's the best case scenario possible, take what it is, you know, because you never know what you're going to gain out of that regardless.
Yeah, that's very true. And actually, what Mary's talking about right now, you haven't read this book, right?
Yeah.
He basically summarizes that in chapter 1.
Oh,
yeah, where he says you need to forget about the past completely, even if it just happened yesterday. It does not exist.
Exactly, girl.
You know that's already.
The power of analysis.
The power of analysis.
That should change my life, but it's so true because if you continue to look at the past, you're only living in the past. You're not living for yourself right now, so you're missing out in the moment. You don't know what you were supposed to gain from right now, you know?
Exactly. And then he was also saying the future does not even exist as well.
Exactly. The only thing that exists is right now.
Yeah.
So literally just live in the moment, y'all. Literally the power of now.
Exactly. So if you guys have any goals that you want to work on, whether it be to lose weight, advance in your career, advance in your healthy habits, do it today because today is building up for your future self.
Exactly.
Nothing that you plan ahead of time is going to work if you don't start adapting to those changes now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's it's the law of assumption too, you know? You really have to live your life. You really have to live the life that you want every single day.
Yeah.
It's not like you can strive for your goal or strive for something that you want. You really just have to live it and then eventually it'll come to you, you know?
I completely agree with that point.
Yeah, just live in the moment, y'all. That's all we gotta say in conclusion.
Conclusion.
But yes, girl, let's get to our main topic today.
Let's get into it, guys.
Yeah, because we are navigating adulthood right now, and like we've said in previous episodes before, me and Ramona have been friends for 16 years, so literally since we were children. But I wanted to talk about making friends in adulthood.
A tricky one for a lot of us.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because we have friendships that have been so long since we were kids, so we really didn't have to develop we do develop other friendships, but we've had our core friends since young.
Yeah.
So maybe it's harder for us to understand how to make friends now that we are in adulthood.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm telling you, it's difficult still.
Oh, it definitely is.
But it's just why do we make it so difficult for ourselves? I don't know what it is. It's just, I feel like it's just awkward, you know?
It's awkward and I feel like it's a comfortability thing. I already have my core friends, so it's just if I make friends, it's a bonus, and if I don't, who gives a fuck?
Oh, that's so true.
You know?
Yeah. Because a lot of the times, when I try to maintain, my other friendships, new friendships,
Yeah.
it's just if this friendship doesn't go anywhere, it's whatever, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
I have my main people.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's such a bad way to look at it. Because you don't know what those new people will offer to you, you know?
Yeah.
That friendship can really blossom into something that you have already with your core friends, you know, or even you can include your core friends with it. So I don't know why. I think it's difficult though, because I feel like you make friends in specific social settings, so school, work, yeah. And if you're not in those environments, if I'm done school, if you're not in school,
You work from home, maybe.
yeah, if you work from home, if you don't work, where are you finding people to be friends with? That's my thing. you really have to put yourself out there, and I feel like it's hard for introverted people because, girl, you know, we like to stay home.
Yes.
So it's just like, if I'm staying home,
You're
if I
not
don't go to
introverted.
work, I think I'm both.
Okay, there's a word for that. I don't know what the word is, but like when you're a blend of both.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know what it's
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you don't go to school, if you don't go to work, if you don't have those specific settings where you're supposed to meet people, you really have to take that step yourself and put yourself out there to try and meet people.
Yeah.
And that can be scary for people because it's something new for them, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. It is very difficult to make friends, I'd say, because you can even just develop that transactional relationship with people, and sometimes you end up liking them, but in the back of your mind, it's just like, do I like this person enough to become my friend?
Yeah, or
Or
just
do I-
acquaintance.
Yeah, or are we just acquaintances? Do we just want to keep this at a business level? So people find that line of demarcation very hard to pass, because it's just like, if I do make you my friend and we are associated with business, now you can start to fuck up the business area. I don't want the two to be intertwined.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do say, I don't know, mixing business and pleasure is a
No,
little bit
sir.
difficult. Even though we're besties, we have a
No, sir.
business. It just depends. You really have to understand your relationship with that person, you know, because this girl's my sister, so I know she's not going to play with me, and I know I won't play with her either. So, but it is difficult to navigate because I feel like as well, like with making friends, it's just like, how do you make friends? Like, how would you say you become friends with somebody? Like, how can you maintain that friendship with somebody?
So how do you make friends, and then how do you maintain it?
Yeah. Like, what is the root of, like, continuing that friendship with somebody?
Okay. I'd say to this, it's honestly just reaching out. Like, if you have that common interest of, like, maybe you guys watch a show together that you like, or listen to a podcast, it's kind of just like reaching out to that person, being like, hey, did you watch this? Did you watch that?
Yeah.
And then you start off just with common interests and see how, like, that person talks. Maybe that person talks too much and that irritates you, or that person doesn't talk as much and that irritates you. But you'll kind of find, like, somewhere along the lines, of like how that person interacts with you. And if you like that interaction and it feels organic, that's how you start to develop those friendships, and you maintain it with just upkeeping with the person.
Yeah. But I do feel like it can be a little bit hard upkeeping with the person.
Oh yeah, especially at this age.
At this age, because also we're busy, you know, there's so many things going on, so it's just like, with us, for example, with our friend group, we literally plan, like, we'll plan in advance, have a date of when we're gonna chill, and, like, you know, have that established. But with the other person, that, like, a new friendship that you're trying to develop, maybe your schedules, like, don't work, you know, maybe you can't find a day where you can chill or hang out, because I do feel like you said, like, just showing up for that person is the most important part.
Yeah.
Especially, like, not only, like, through the phone, you know, like, in person as well, because you get a sense of that person's, like, body language, how they act, how they react to certain things. Yeah, so it's a certain type of closeness that you can develop if you actually see that person in person. But it's hard still, like, adulthood, like, work, school, you have your relationships, you have your family, you're traveling, like, there's so many things you do. But I guess it's about if you think that friendship is worth it.
People make time for the things that they want. Jesse said it best.
That's so true. It is true. And I feel like it has to be on both ends, you know, because I don't want to be the only person that is putting in that effort of this friendship.
And that's the thing. A lot of people get stuck because it's just like, why am I putting so much effort into one friendship? I feel like it's one-sided now.
Yeah.
But they still want that friendship with that person. So it's just like, do you also feel like that can kind of tie into ego? If, like, you have to put in more work, but the other person still enjoys talking to you and you guys both enjoy each other?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
It's a little ego, huh?
I think a little bit, because if you feel like you can be that person for the person where it's like you're the only one reaching out, or you're the one making plans, if you're able to handle that, like, then I say do it, you know, put your ego aside. But I understand where people come from, because a lot of people on, like, the one-sided friendships, they don't know how to communicate. And I feel like if that person doesn't know how to communicate. If you like this conversation, tune into the I Just Feel Like podcast on any platform to hear us speak more about navigating friendships in adulthood.